EmceeTV.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy, that motherfucker Steve, and you watching EmceeTV The Podcast. It's Sunday morning, baby. I love New York, but they fucked up the transmission on my car. Ray, how you feeling?
West. It's your boy Big Ray West, B-I-double-G, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa. Not to be confused with the West Coast. And they know. And he feels well. He feels well.
I appreciate you jumping on with me, bro. I'm excited to get this one on today and get to talking some hip hop. You know what I mean? I think we may have a video shoot going on this afternoon. So we're gonna run through some topics. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna hit the news, share some views, and discuss a little hip hop with y'all. And then we're gonna let you go about your day so I can get the camera rolling and shoot some visuals for one of the homies. So.
Who you shooting a video for today, man?
You know, we got to step outside and do that track Back Outside for the homie T-Bear. You know what I mean? We got another round of visuals we're going to capture today and really put on for the city of Des Moines, for the homie T-Bear and for GFG Records and just come through and make it shine.
That's dope. Shout out T-Bear, you know what I'm sizzling, and shout out GFG Records, and shit, shout out EmceeTV.
All day. Man, I'm excited. You know what I mean? I got a handful of days left. I got to work, and then I'm hitting the road, and I'm going Wu-Tang. I'm going to Detroit.
Okay, is Wu-Tang Forever or?
Yep. It's the Wu-Tang Forever tour, the final chapter, featuring Run the Jewels. You know what I mean? That's Killer Mike and ELP. I'm super excited for this one. It should be nasty. It should be fun. It's at the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, and we're gonna get it in. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be phenomenal. I'm very excited for it, and you know, I mean, I look at it like an epic journey. You know what I mean? I'll get out there, I'll do my Wu-Tang. Where we at? Let me flash this tattoo one time. Where the Wu-Tang at? I got the Wu-Tang on here. You know what I mean? It's for life. So
when you say we, who's going to this show?
It's gonna be me and the wife and the kids.
Okay, that's dope.
The kids ain't going to Wu-Tang.
To see Wu-Tang. Oh,
nah,
okay.
they
would say that's some gangster shit.
Yeah. Nah, my daughter probably would have enjoyed it. My son's more like we're at the Pistons. We're at the Pistons spot, but there ain't no basketball going on. He's looking for somebody dribbling a ball, and because that's his lane. You know what I mean? He's all about sports. He's all about basketball. He could give a fuck about a concert. My daughter is not a Wu-Tang fan per se, but she loves live music, and so she would just be like, "Yeah, I'm here. This is epic." You know what I mean? Let's do it. And the wife has seen Wu-Tang with me a handful of times, so she knows what she's in for.
She knows what she's in for, man.
But none of them have been to Detroit before. And my kids have never been to Chicago or Illinois either. So this is a whole new journey for them. So I'm kind of excited to get to be the tour guide and take everybody and go, all right, so Marv said stay off the east side. So we're going straight to the east side, y'all.
I knew it. With his kids. He's taking his kids to the east side, guys. Okay. To the grittiest spots that you shouldn't be at. That's where you are going.
See that condemned building? We're going inside.
We're going inside. No safety equipment. Our cell phones are dead, but that's okay.
Urban explorers.
But God be with you.
Nah, man, this should be a good one. It should be fun. I'm excited. You know, I've seen Run the Jewels before. I've seen Wu-Tang before. But I'm very excited to go out there and peep the show out. You know what I mean? I got a handful of, you know what I mean? I got some spots. We're gonna go to Dooley's and we're gonna go get a Coney. We're gonna go probably to Nikki's and get some pizza. We're gonna get some spaghetti at Mom's Spaghetti. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do a handful of the normal things. My daughter's all about thrift stores and doing that kind of thing. There's that People's Records, so we're gonna go hit up. We're gonna hit up People's Records down there. a lot of the spots you and I went to be honest, Ray. You know what I mean? And me and
Yeah.
Zeus went to them same spots too. So I got kind of a bucket list, checklist. My so I had to add a couple things for my son so he didn't just kind of wander around with us and go, "What the fuck are we doing?" And so I think we're gonna. It was freezing cold when we were out there in what, February?
Shit, I don't even remember.
I don't either. I feel like it was February just because I was scrolling through pictures and bucket list emails and itineraries and things. I feel like it was February or March. I can't quite remember. But either way, uh, it was like negative 30. It was Detroit's last playoff game. I think it was probably March. Either way. It was like negative 30 when Ray and I were walking around filming that music video in Detroit, just bitter cold. We didn't kick it outside any more than necessary, but there's like the Joe Louis fist. It's a big sculpture down there on Woodward. The StockX building is down there at the roundabout at the end of Woodward before it loops back around and goes back. And so I added StockX because I'm sure my son will want to go get a picture out front because he's all about basketball. And StockX is basketball and shoes and, you know what I mean? Things oriented with that. And what is it? The No Smoke podcast with Stephen Barnes and them are sponsored by StockX and
All the smoke.
All the Smoke. There we go. I said no smoke, whatever.
Transition into some hip hop, doggy.
Let's do it. We're gonna pivot. And today we talking. Damn, where my emails go? Today we talking Tech 9. For anybody that don't know, the new album that has already come out, 5816 for us. If you got the customized pre-sale vinyl, it is shipping. Trav and Tech have them in the mail. I checked on mine this morning. It looks like it's en route. It should be here tomorrow. That one. This article comes in from Hot New Hip Hop. It says Tech 9, underneath his sometimes kooky shell, is one of the rappers when it comes to defining what it means to be an independent artist. The Kansas City talent has gone on to found his own label, Strange Music Inc., which has turned into an empire. Of course, it did take some time, nearly 3 full decades worth to be exact, but he did it, and no one can take that away from him. But instead of only dating back to this time last July with The Birth, speaking of which, Tech 9 starts this story from literally the very beginning of his existence on Earth. From there, he works his way to J6's, the concluding track and promotional single, which reveals when his career started to kick into gear. We also learn that Tech even decided to leave home in his early teens to pursue his wild dream. It definitely is one of the most personal tapes to date, and a good one if you are a hardcore fan of his. I love it so far. I mean, I've probably got 5 more tracks to listen to finish it off, but I mean, I like how he incorporates the storytelling aspect of it, where he's talking to his son, then he pivoted over and he's talking to his daughter, and you know what I mean? And he's just he's telling these stories, and there's a little interaction and almost like a movie-esque theme to what he's got going on that kind of tells a story, and it all ties together. It's phenomenal. The Black Walt record on there is amazing. Black Wall Street. I like the damn. I need to pull up this track listing one real quick, just because there was another one on there that what's the record where we talk about Steve? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Producer from across the way. Where we at? I kind of like that one just because he says my name so many times in it. You know what I mean? It was hard for me not to like that record. But yeah, it's a phenomenal project. It's hard not to like it. I'm super excited and amped up to get to see Tech this summer. I was just messaging him this morning and saying, can't wait to see you this summer, big dog. I'm very excited, blah, blah, blah. It's one of the early ones. Oh, these are not in the right order on YouTube. Either way.
I like the album, man. I've been slapping it. I've had it on replay, you know. And for me, that's a That's a good thing, man. When you can put an album in, and I go to sleep slapping it, and then when I wake up, I want to slap it.
It's that good.
It's like that for me for Tech, and I'm not one of those guys that I don't do that with every single Tech Nine album. His last three maybe haven't hit me like that, but this one, it's nostalgic. Some of the records that I like the most on there is, well, let me start by saying I think it's brilliant how he had all of his children, do the skits on there. That's just dope as hell. And it's funny as fuck listening to his 2-year-old daughter say Tech Nine.
Yeah.
That's just comedy as a motherfucker. But it starts off with the Birth remix. I like that. Yoda. I don't care. Lil Wayne is annoying as fuck on that hook. Like that hook, the hook is not for me. I could do without the hook, but Buddy raps his ass off on them verses. Like Tech kills the verses in between that annoying ass hook. So I'll go with Yoda for the rapping alone. Tech made Yoda, but Weezy broke it in my opinion. He got a record called Ball. I dig that. RDV, that was one of the singles. That's just hard as fuck.
I think Ball is the one I was talking about, where he says he's talking about Steve, the producer from Around the Way.
That's just hard, dog. And then Black Wall Street, nigga, that shit knocked like a motherfucker.
Without a doubt.
I love that story telling in there. He got a record called Excited. That shit's hard. The Nice One. Then I'll go with Fish Captain Sacrifice, Living in the Sky. You know what I'm saying? This I Know. That's a lot, right? Hey, so that lets y'all know y'all should be slapping this shit, man. Shout out to Nina Tech, man.
Yeah, Tech slaughtered this record. It's 5 out of 5 for me, without a doubt. You know what I mean? Like this is going to be something I'm going to be playing all summer and through into the winter. It really hit home. I'm excited. It was. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I ain't even heard the whole record yet, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Originally, so you heard the Wheezy track before me, and I had not watched the video. I shot it right over to you, and you responded before I even had a chance to watch it. And that was the day of the release. Was it 2 days ago? Yeah. That dropped, and so it was. I hadn't had a chance to hear it. Wheezy is a little different on it, just because he's Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? Like that's his voice is Lil Wayne-ish. You know what I mean? But
man, you gotta be to listen to that and then love that hook. Like, dog, Weezy gave you a fire ass hook, homie. Like, come on, man.
It did grow on me a little bit. I will. In the beginning.
Okay.
I was kind of like, but it did grow on me a little bit.
You tell me.
At first listen, because I heard it a few times now. At first listen, I wasn't sure what I thought about it. And now that I've heard it a few times, you know what I mean. But I'm not a tremendous Lil Wayne fan. I like Lil Wayne, and I like when he, and I'll be honest, I like Lil Wayne the most when he teams up with Tech Nine. Those are, in most recent years, those are the biggest hits for me, when he's teamed up with somebody like Tech Nine and he really pushes his pen, and he pens them rhymes and drops the metaphors extra heavy and comes in the toughest. And so for me, I like him when he teams up with Tech Nine. For this one, the hook is a little different. But excuse me. It takes a while to grow on you. That's all I'm gonna say. It takes a while to grow on you. It's a little different, but it's not a bad song. And like you said, Tech bars out. Tech slaughters that. He rides the beat very well. The video is shot very well. It's great. It's just it's two different fan bases, and so at first it's a little different to digest.
Dog, it's just hilarious. He about to be 54. Like the precision and the preciseness and the exactness, like, dog, There's no way this man should still be this sharp.
And the way he rides the beat, I mean, and just he does it with ease. You know what I mean? Like
And
he's on another level.
I had to send this album to my homie Trip Shelton. And I only shoot Trip some shit if I think that is stupid dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he only likes to consume stupid dope shit. And I sent it to Trip because of the storytelling. And I felt like he might be able to dig this album based on the storytelling, because that's where that's where Trip excels at really well, being super lyrical, but being able to tell a motherfucking piece by piece story in your mind and paint that picture, but be ultra lyrical too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What Trip say? Did he give you any
He
feedback?
hasn't said nothing back. He said he was going to spin it on his next workout fitness trip to the gym. So we'll see.
Okay. So that was what I commented on text post this morning about working out. I've been in the gym. We got a little home gym I built down here with a weight bench and some different things. And man, I lifted up that 30-pound dumbbell yesterday and was doing some curls with it. And I realized how much more difficult it was than it was the last time I did it. And I said, ooh, I got to get back down here. I hit some crunches yesterday. Stomach's a little tender this morning. But I'm trying to get back at it. You know what I mean? I feel like I was slacking in that department for a minute. Taekwondo took a little hiatus for the summer just because people's schedules are in and out and families are traveling and whatnot. So it was difficult to hold a class. So I'm on my own right now in terms of working out, and I need to tighten it up and get myself a little more disciplined. We had my daughter's graduation party, so I was eating cookies and hot dogs and shit like that I definitely shouldn't have been eating. And so now I'm back like, all right, you know what? It's time to get after eating some healthier things. You know what I mean? Maybe throw a piece of tuna on the grill or some salmon or something, and chicken breast or whatever. And stop messing with the honey buns and ho-hos.
Oh yeah, congratulations on the graduation.
Thanks, bro.
While we still talking to Kansas City, I want to quickly mention that OG Rich the Factor, he just recently dropped another project. He just dropped Intellectual Property Monopoly Volume 2. And that's 8 new tracks right there. He's got an anthem on there called We the KC Chiefs. So all you Kansas City Chiefs fans, man, y'all could turn up to that. Rich is putting on for the city. It's featuring artists like Corn-Fed Ted and K-Town and Deuce. So shout out to Rich the Factor, man. Intellectual Property Monopoly Part 2. Streaming everywhere right now.
I saw that pop up in my Spotify suggestion the other day, and I did not get a chance to jam it yet. Rich is another one of them tycoons out of Kansas City that really holds it down for the city. I just grabbed the graphic for us real quick. I'm going to bring it in just so the viewers can see it. If you're watching with us, drop us a comment. Let us know who's in here. Let us know who's watching. But yeah, Rich, I mean, undoubtedly Rich is one of them dudes in Kansas City. He's especially with bodies of work, you know what I mean? He's another dude with just an astronomical body of work coming out of Kansas City. But on a national level, you know what I mean? He's well respected by a lot of the dudes doing music everywhere. You know what I mean? He's not just a regional artist. And so it's cool. CP Perez up in here. Shout out to Corey. What up, bro?
Man, shout out my doggy CP, man. We got a new single dropping July 1st, you know what I'm saying, with our doggy RJ Collier, you know what I'm sizzling. It's called Over You, produced by Tremaine. All platforms, July 1st. Big Ray West, B-I-double-G. Hello.
So let's get back into this Rich the Factor real quick before we move on.
Yes,
How many
sir.
records they got on there, Ray?
It's got 8 of them.
Okay.
Got 8 records on there.
It's called Monopoly the Album 2.
It's called Intellectual Property Monopoly 2.
Oh, yep. My bad. My graphic's a little small right now. All right, so you said it's got a track called KC Chiefs on there, so he's definitely put it on. You got an anthem type track.
Yeah, We the KC Chiefs. That's the second track on there. So, it's putting on heavy for the Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Hell yeah.
He's got a record on there called Don't Stop. That's probably probably the second most popular one on there, but the one with the most hits appears to be a record called Loop.
Okay. Okay. It follows kind of the Monopoly theme a little bit, you know what I
You
mean?
know what I'm saying? So yeah, I played it. And it's rich. It's not to downplay it or nothing, but he does drop often, and he has a particular sound that he sticks to and style. So when you hear it, it's not gonna be like, oh my God, you hear that new Rich the Fact? Like it's very consistent. It's what you're getting. It's like I said, very consistent. You know what you get when you get Rich. So it's not gonna blow your mind if you're a regular Rich the Factor fan, because it's like it's part 1 million of the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
But he's consistent. And
He's
so
very consistent.
if
It's
that's what
Ryder.
you're looking for, you know what I mean, you're definitely getting it.
Yeah, dog. It's get money music. It's gritter music to a T. You know what I'm saying? He talk about the plug life, the drug life, and the money life. And
Live from the streets.
live from the motherfucking streets. So you know what you're getting with Rich the Factor, but his flavor, man, he knows how to pick them beats. So shout out to his producers as well.
Does
Shout
Velvet
out
got
to
a slap on
Velvet.
there?
I'm about to say, boy, hey, shout out to Velvet. You know what to talk about? He don't got one on this one, I don't think, but he was on the first one.
He's in the
Intellectual
Rolodex.
property.
He's
Yeah.
in the Rolodex. When Rich need a beat, he call up to Iowa every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like that. And shout out my guy Tony Guns. He out there making moves too. You know what I'm saying? He got a couple records with Factor Junior.
Okay.
So yeah, man. Des Moines to KC, they working. I want to shout out Ryder Raw. You know what I'm sizzling, and shout out Casey Young Boss.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right.
And Papa Cow.
Yeah, all day. Shout out to my dog, the OG Papa Cow. So next up in news, Ray, you want to take where you want to take us, bro?
Shit, let's hit it. So this one comes in via Hip Hop DX. Will Smith appears to have taken aim at old foe Chris Rock in a new freestyle appearing on Apple Music's Fire in the Booth series. The iconic rapper and actor looked to save some choice bars for the comedian who he famously slapped on stage at the 2022 Oscars. While he doesn't drop Rock's name, Smith clearly references the incident, spitting, "If you talking crazy out your face up on the stage and disrespect me on the stage, expect me on the stage," he adds. Jokers dish it out, cry foul when it's time to take it. City full of real ones wasn't raised to fake it.
Oh, I just put a slap in there. I got a slap effect on the
Absolutely.
pound box. I'm kind of so I didn't respect what he did. Shout out CP. He said, Ryder, KC Young Boss up in here.
CP, no.
Hell yeah. So I didn't respect what Will Smith did, but I can see his motivations from it. You know what I mean? I feel like comedians they have a job to do. You know what I mean? And sometimes you get to be you get to be part of the show. for lack of a better term. We've all been there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether you wanted to be or didn't want to be, you know what I mean? If you watch some old school Def Comedy Jams, I remember this one where this Martin Lawrence was hosting, and this young lady had a yellow outfit on from head to toe. He just starts going in on her, calling her Big Bird and clowning and just going in on her. And sometimes you can
become part of crowd work.
Yeah. Sometimes you become part of the show unwillingly, you know what I mean? And this may or may not have been scripted. I don't know, but either way, but I do like to see that Will Smith addressed it. You know what I mean? He's moving on. Maybe that'll give him some closure. Maybe that'll help him and Rock work through it. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's been any progress in terms of them talking or working through it. I haven't really checked in on that lately or anything, but yeah, I think it's good that he addresses it, and we'll see. You know what I mean? I like to see Will Smith rapping. I like Will Smith rapping.
Shout out to Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? The slap didn't really move me. Obviously we thought it was fake. I thought it was fake. I fell into that population, but man, we don't know. It's Hollywood orchestrated bullshit, and we don't know what the fuck's the real. Um, as far as him dissing Chris Rock in a freestyle, I mean, if that's what we call a diss, sure. I like look out for Chris Rock to respond, I guess, right? That's what we're gonna say next. Nah. um yeah, it doesn't move me. Poking fun at Chris Rock, rhyming, freestyling. Yeah, enjoy your life, move on. That shit's old. We're all over that shit. Fresh Prince rapping. He dropped that new video called Girls or some shit. All I like girls or pretty girls, and it's terrible.
I ain't seen the video yet.
It's terrible.
It's
It's
just a lot
fucking
of booty
terrible.
shaking.
I seen a YouTuber say, quote, what did that motherfucker say? It's the gayest, straightest video he's ever seen.
Oh no. Now what's the over under? Is Chris Rock gonna retaliate? Is he gonna write another joke? You think he's gonna respond?
Nah, man.
He ain't gonna
I
keep.
mean, he'll probably like doing his stand up and shit. Well, yeah.
He might get a little mention on Twitter or something.
Yeah. But who cares?
Yeah.
Who
It
cares?
it's interesting that Will chose to circle back around. A lot of people would be like, "Forget it, man. Let's move on. Let's get away from this as quick as we can. Run the other direction." But he brought it back up and addressed it on a record. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but oh yeah, you talking about on his album?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So in other news, this one kind of piqued my interest a little bit. Ray slid this one in here. Comes in from Hip Hop DX. Scott Storch has hit. I read this a couple times. It's kind of a weird phrasing. Scott Storch has hit out at the roots. I think that means he took some shots. Scott Storch has hit out at the roots, and he's claiming that the group were haters after he began working with Dr. Dre. The producer explains, quote, "I started in the roots and did a lot of the stuff for them. Very underappreciated. I was the guy who, again, came up with a lot of the nucleus of what this shit was. And I left the group and was told that I was like the Pete Best of the roots. You know, Pete Best is the guy that quit the Beatles," quote, George continued. Quote, "Even my girlfriend broke up with me and said, 'Oh, you fucked up. And this is that.' I was like, 'No, I didn't. I see bigger. I'm not going to go on the road with a bunch of guys that don't appreciate me and be like, that's the white guy who plays the keys in the roots. I'm the fucking guy who coming up with all this shit.'" Quote.
So I didn't even know that Scott Storch was fucking with the Roots. So this was this was news to me.
Yeah, in his early days, that's where he got his start at.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. He was a main part of the Roots in the early days. But I think that I think he felt underappreciated or whatever, and then kind of tried to do a solo gig. He tells a lot of that story on one of the Joe Rogan's podcasts, and that might even be an excerpt from that, where he kind of tells his story of starting off, and his dad wanted him to, I think, be a lawyer or something, and he just stayed dedicated to playing the keyboard and trying to make it, and he was coming up in. He's got his first music gig, I want to say, in Boston. I'm sorry, in New York, but I feel like he was commuting back from Boston or somewhere and trying to get in New York. But either way, before I mess up too much of that and start speaking out of pocket, I think that Scott Storch, I'm very impressed by his keyboarding skills. I watch his Instagram sometimes, and the music riffs that he come up with are iconic, and the stuff that he did on the Chronic album with Dre. And a lot of that Aftermath production is just awe-inspiring to me. So I got to give him credit for that. Scott Storch, Dre, and Hitman, and everybody that was in there doing that stuff together was really just a phenomenal combo in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Scott Storch is obviously dumb talented.
He's a killer on the keys.
Yeah. That's unfortunate that him and the Roots don't see eye to eye. and Black Thought and all them, But
I don't know if they've reconciled and if they're cool these days, or if that's, I mean, man, that could have just been a tidbit. I don't know that he necessarily said
very
that out
true.
of spite or whatever. It might have just been something that came. Somebody asked him a question about his past, and he was like, "Yeah, I started with them dudes, whatever." Uh,
Very true.
so I don't know how he personally feels about them, or if they're cool, or maybe. I mean, yeah, I have no clue.
This next one comes in via Hip Hop DX. Kanye West has surprise released an album with Diddy's son, King Combs. The project, titled Never Stop, is executive produced by West and also features his daughter North on the opening song. One track is also titled Diddy Free, which features the lyrics, "Fellas ain't gonna sleep till we see Diddy free," a line that refrains throughout the song. Never Stop is currently available on all streaming platforms. This is some strange shit, dog.
This one didn't hit my radar. I didn't. I'm kind of happy that you brought it up because I know I wouldn't have noticed it had you not. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of anti Kanye, but
That's some strange shit, dog.
he's a different dude. Yeah, he's a different dude.
Like I dropped the album with Diddy's son. What?
But I think it's more of that shock value shit that he just leans into. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
was like, even if they don't care about this surprise drop, the fact that I did it with Diddy's son is really gonna go have people going, ah,
And it's the timing. Like right now, you see that in court. The prosecutors are dropping a lot of shit against Diddy right now.
I heard somebody say. I heard somebody say that the other day. That yesterday at work, they said that he might get off.
Yeah, and so now your lead single is Diddy Free. Like, man, that's capitalizing off motherfucking
He's brilliant in that manner.
marketing, dog. Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying, man? That's just crazy, dog.
Yeah, he's a
Motherfucker
wild
know
one.
what he is, bro. But it's so wild. It's fucking brilliant sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. He's a different duck. He's a
He
different
is.
duck.
But with all that said, I probably will not check that out.
Yeah.
They'd have to slip it in on one of my playlists while I was being busy doing something.
Damn, I listened to a whole Kanye album.
I don't think I'd get through. That first song, I'd be grabbing my shit like, who the fuck is this?
I did
This
that when
is
I
on
was in
my
the shower today. I got
yeah.
out the shower like, what? I was listening to Ray West, and all of a sudden I got
Yeah. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Some shit that you're unfamiliar with, you can let ride because it's up your alley or in your lane. Some shit they try to throw a curveball. I'm like, hold on, play. What the fuck is this shit?
how'd y'all get in my analytics?
Yeah. Like I ain't never heard of this motherfucker.
Amen. Amen. Uh, yeah, you never know. You just they slide a lot of stuff in there. All right, so this is one we've talked about it a handful of times. Would you go see Adam Sandler live?
I think I would.
I missed him here in Des Moines, and I kind of regretted it. You know what I mean? He's somebody I grew up being a fan of the movies, watching him on SNL when I was pretty young. And he's kind of one of them dudes. You know what I mean? Like he's been doing it for a long time. He's and even the nasty records and stuff he used to have back in the day. You know what I mean? They're all gonna laugh at you and whatnot, and the different things he had going on. He just announced a new tour the other day with Live Nation. Live Nation's booking everybody, bro. They're doing massive tours. I think the last 3 mega tours that I've bought tickets for were all ran by Live Nation. But Adam Sandler's out with a new tour, and he's also got Waterboy. I'm sorry, not Waterboy. Happy Gilmore too.
That's hard as fuck.
He's got Happy Gilmore too. He's got Happy Gilmore too coming out, and about a month away, a little less than a month away. But he's out with a new tour called Adam Sandler You're My Best Friend Tour. I just copped tickets to it in Omaha. It didn't. He ain't in Omaha till October. But I'm excited to go out there. Like I said, I missed it in Des Moines. It landed on a Tuesday, I think, and I don't work Tuesdays, so I was like, I don't even got to really adjust my schedule. It's kind of a sign to me that, you know what, I should do this. I should do this. So I copped
Sandman Sandman in Omaha, you can't be mad at that.
Yeah, it's at the Shy Health Center. Tickets were reasonable. You know what I mean? As reasonable as they can be.
Define reasonable though. That's
I
kind
mean,
of important.
the ticket was $150. I mean, it's pricey, but I mean, it's a mega venue. It's a mega star, and you're not gonna see him any cheaper than that, more than likely. And that's
That's fair.
we're on
That's
the
fair.
floor. We're on the floor
Mm,
in section A. Now there is
mm,
a caveat. There was another $38 in fees per tickets. So it
mhm.
kicks it up to 180 something, 180, 200, whatever it was,
And I imagine you
199.
got to pay the park.
So I'm hoping I might be able to
Hope.
finagle that. You know what I mean? I'm a bargain parker.
That means you're paying the park too.
Probably will. Probably will. There's five of us going. So if we each throw in $5, hopefully we can find a spot for $25.
Man,
Okay, we got people gas to Omaha.
yeah, I ain't mad at it, bro. Sandman, fuck it, right?
Yeah, I feel like he's one of them goats. You know what I mean? He was just at the Comedy Store out in L.A. doing some stuff. You know what I mean? So I gotta respect it. The homie Tremaine from Straight Vodka Entertainment up in here. Tremaine hit us with a stack of emojis. Much love, bro. I appreciate you jumping on and watching the show with us this morning. We got an all-star cast up in here. Not to
Shout out
mention,
my doggy Tremaine, man. You know what time it is, man. Hey, July 1st, Over You, produced by Tremaine, featuring Big Ray West, CP, and RJ Collier. Available on all platforms. Hello.
let me. I got the graphic for that. Hang on. Let me bring it in. It may be out of. It may be out of sorts, but I got it. We're bringing it in. Let's talk about the record one more time. Boom, that's a massive graphic. I should have shrunk it down first. That's okay.
So yeah, man, it's like a breakup anthem, man, for relationships, friendships, situationships. You know what I'm saying? When you're over somebody, and you know what I'm saying, you're done with the toxicity. You know what I'm saying? You free. You know, you over them. You moving on. Can't believe you wasted your time type shit. You know, so there, I know a lot of people are going through that on the regular. So it'll be able to hit a lot of parties. You know what I'm saying?
It's dope. It's dope. Did y'all go buy a dozen roses and set the bitches on fire?
No, that would have been hard. You know, that's just all motherfucking graphics though.
I love it. I love it. It looks great. It's crispy. The layout is very, very well put together. It's impressive. I mean, it's a full package. It's a full package. Not to mention the all-star cast on this one. You know what I mean? Y'all went full. I mean, y'all brought out the big guns. This is no small project.
Man, and I appreciate you saying that, and I hope everybody, you know, in Des Moines can feel that and see that, you know, like, man, when you bring Corey Perez and RJ Collier and
Big Ray
Tremaine
West.
and myself, you know, yeah, but them two though, mainly RJ Collier and motherfucking Corey Perez singing on the same record, like that's fucking insanity, bro.
That's a lot of years. That's a lot of years of talent.
You got a lot of people that believe RJ Collier is the best singer in Des Moines. You got a lot of people that believe the best singer in Des Moines is Corey Perez, you know, and you combine both of them together for one project, you know. We got RJ on the hook and we got Corey on a motherfucking verse. It's just a beautiful song, man. It's dope.
And Big Ray West rapping. Not to mention, probably
yeah.
mixed and mastered by Explicit.
Who did this one? I think CP did this one. This one was mixed and mastered by Corey Perez, CP.
Okay. Well, shit. I stand corrected. Salute.
Yeah,
Homie.
shout out Straight Vodka Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? This is all in-house at they shit. So
When I first came out here, I was at a tech show, and that was when I was first introduced to Straight Vodka. It was Tremaine and a handful of them up on stage opening up for Tech Nine, and I had never seen some local rappers do that. And so I was just blown away. Like, who are these guys? You know what I mean? I got the video footage of it still. I uploaded it the other day, but I was just like, who are these guys? I've never seen anything like this. They're from Des Moines. They were yelling the city out where I'm at. You know what I mean? These dudes ain't from out of town. Who are? And it was so polished in my eyes at that point. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh my God. And then I grew to be friends with NTT and Horizon and Tremaine. And got to work with them a little bit and sit in some studio sessions and whatnot. And it was a lot of fun. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out Tremaine, man. He's been around for a while.
Legend.
I I don't know. I can't recall us meeting back then. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. I feel like we've recently linked up though, for the first time. But I was on big drink and drugs back then though, so ain't no telling we could have linked
Right.
up. I don't remember.
A lot
I
of
don't
good
remember
times, a
though.
lot of blurry times.
Yeah, a lot of blurry times. But I know when we linked up recently, it was motherfucking magic instantly. And Steve, I remember Steve always telling me I should link with Tremaine. You know what I'm saying? Straight vodka. And it
Got a killer
happened,
sound.
man. It happened. I
Yo,
didn't know he worked so close with CP. And I've been trying to get with CP for a minute. And once I found out y'all came in a pair, it just shit. We just been smacking shit. We probably got like 10 in the vault right now.
whew. God damn.
Smacking shit, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Gunshots.
Yeah. Booyaka, booyaka.
That's dope. Oh, test one up in here. Damn, we got an all-star cast on the podcast this morning.
Hey, shout out my OG Test One. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Test One. Hey, I was like 16 years old rapping and pressing up CDs. Motherfucker, I remember Test One took like 50 of my CDs. He was going out to California, and he took 50 of my CDs to hand out and pass out in Cali while he was out there, dog. You know what I'm saying? One of the first dudes to actually believe in me. And I wasn't even shit at 16. My shit wasn't mixed. You know what I'm saying? Just sloppy, just rhyming fast and shit. But he always believed in me, dog, and I'll never forget that shit. So, hey, shout out my OG Test One.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, man. Me and Ray was talking about that back in the day, or just the other day about some back in the day shit, and most of my stuff was sloppy that I recorded back in the day. Just
Yeah.
yeah, just rough edges. You know what I mean? Rough edges. But man, this was a good episode, bro. We had a lot of fun this morning. We definitely had some all-star eyes up in here watching and viewing, and I appreciate everybody commenting and joining in. This was fun, bro. This was fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear this new record. I'm excited to try and bring some of these fellas on and talk to them, let them tell their story on MCTV with us. This is an open invitation to everybody in this chat right now, because Test One deserves to be on here. CP deserves to be on here with us. Tremaine deserves to be on here. Shit, you know what I mean? I think that's everybody we got. I'm leaving anybody
Hey,
out.
let me mention the homie Test One. He has a new single out right now too, called Enemies.
Oh hell yeah!
And it's produced by himself. You know what I'm saying? So y'all
Okay.
can run that up. You know what I'm saying? Test One, TESS -1 Enemies. You know what I'm saying?
I mess with that. I mess with that. I'm gonna spin it after this. I gotta go do
There
some
you go.
concrete work, but I'm definitely gonna have a speaker out there jamming that new Tech 9, that Test One,
There you
and
go.
see if I can't get me a bootleg copy of that new record Ray talking about.
Okay, and then I got one more for you. My homeboy Rome Oliver, he just dropped the EP called "In Case I Forget." You know what I'm saying? And he's got a crazy joint on there with Smooth G called Snoop in '95, and then he's got a record called "Roll the Dice" with Naj and Cosmo. So shout out Rome Oliver, and motherfucking shout out Test One, man. The city's working.
Hell yeah! Much respect to everybody on there. I know Ray definitely holds it down. He stays in tapped in and definitely, you know what I mean. He's plugged in. So I'm gonna go ahead and salute every one of them. I have not necessarily heard some of them new records, so I'm gonna do my
Yeah,
homework on this one. You know
there
what I
you go.
mean? I gotta go through and peep it out. I was trying to find this logo real quick. Just we close it out with one more quick little one more quick little snippet before we close. I suppose there it is right there. Took me a second to find it. Let's see if we can get a good graphic.
What you getting a graphic for?
I was gonna pull in this retaliation, revenge, and get back, or should we
Oh,
say
there
that
you
for another
go.
day?
Oh hell yeah, bring it in.
Okay, all right. I'm grabbing it. We might as well close out. Do a last quick minute little commentary on this one, just because Ray was sent it my way twice, and I have not had a chance to spin through it yet. But there's a new project out. This may come in a little big as well, just because I ain't had a chance to pre-scale any of these. But oh, that ain't tremendously big. Okay, there we go. There's a new record out by Daz Dillinger from the Dog Pound. Gonna be here in less than a week. Oh no, I take that back. About 2 weeks, just short of 2 weeks. Retaliation. What's that?
What'd you say?
I said Dad's gonna be here in just short of 2 weeks.
Oh, yep.
My bad. I just noticed CP said try to get you a bootleg copy of our record. You wild, bro. sorry. But Daz dropped this new record, Retaliation, Revenge, and Get Back. Part two. And looks like it's got some slaps on it. Ray, have you had a chance to spin through it yet?
I have, you know what I'm saying? I played it a few times, you know, and there's a handful of them on there that stick out to me immediately. You know, first one is Death Row Inmates featuring Superfly, RBX, and Corrupt.
Okay.
Got a record on there called Calculate the Time. I dig that.
And he handled a lot of production on these, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did it all.
That's impressive. He was kind of a best kept secret or whatever for a lot of the Death Row stuff. He did some production on that wasn't necessarily acknowledged back then.
Yeah. Then he got one on there called Start Back Banging with Big Psych, and then Ice-T doing an outro. Like, that's just hard as a motherfucker. So that's just, and then Switching Lanes with Big C Style and Lil C Style.
Lil C Style was iconic on that Doggy Style record.
Man, yeah, dog. So, man, check out Dad's new shit, man. It's actually impressive, man, to know he's still doing this type of quality production at this age and still motivated to rap. You know, like Daz is rich as fuck. He don't need to be dropping no motherfucking albums and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he's still motivated, and you can hear it, you know? You can hear it in the quality.
I love it. All right, y'all. We're going to shut it down for today. I got to get out there and put in some work. Get these cameras out and do a little concrete work before I got to go in and clock in. But until next time.
Breaking news. Julius Randle just signed a 3-year deal with the Timberwolves.
Oh, snap.
$100 million.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I told you he changed my opinion, man. You know what I mean? Initially, I was not digging him. You know what I mean? But after watching him play this last season and seeing his interaction with the fans a little more, he was very standoffish to me in the beginning. But after seeing him come around and kind of open up a little more and become one of the team, I'm a big fan of Julius Randle. I like him a lot. My dude Nas Reed just signed another extension as well. So we needed to keep them guys. You know what I mean? Undoubtedly, they're essential parts of the team, and I'm very excited. So Ray, I appreciate you saying that, bro. You just got me excited, dog.
Yeah, there you go. 3 years too. So
hell yeah, I love that. All right, y'all. Until next time, it's your boy that motherfucking Steve for EmceeTV.
It's your boy Big Ray West, BIGG, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast. And they know.
We out. Peace.
We've been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jump. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice One. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like hash is clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us, them moves ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck them like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that script and get the cake enough. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up.
Big balls don't take